It was built in 1796 by Israel Crane, and then in 1920 it was purchased by the YWCA, which had been founded 12 years earlier by Alice Huey Foster. And they moved in here, and it became both a boarding house for women who were moving north as part of the Great Migration, but it also became a safe haven. And it remained a YWCA from 1920 to 1965. It was really a central part of the African American community here in Montclair for all those years. Montclair was unique in that out of 50 black YWCAs throughout the United States, Montclair was the only one that didn't have a sister white Y. These women just took it upon themselves to start it because they felt they needed it, and they were always very, very proud of that. New Jersey in and of itself was never as progressive as some of the other northern states. We were the last to abolish slavery. As a matter of fact, even at the Civil War, there were still some slaves enslaved workers in New Jersey. Montclair was progressive. It had integrated schools, but like every town, it also had its barriers. There were certain areas where, as an African-American family, you could get a mortgage, and certain areas where you couldn't get a mortgage. And that led to very distinct neighborhoods that you still have the vestiges of today. As the African-American population continued to grow in Montclair, you begin to see this segregation happening more and more, and it really stayed that way until the Civil Rights Act in the 1960s, and you could no longer have those segregated spaces. On the Eyewitness to History tour, for example, what we do is we go room by room looking at different primary and secondary documents from each period. One of the things that always surprises people is in the first room, the 1796 to 1840 room, we have a newspaper, actually two newspapers that have George Washington's obituary on one side, and on the reverse side of that, an ad for a sawmill that's for sale, or you can buy a Negro wench. And people are always shocked because they don't think New Jersey has got that kind of slave history. But unfortunately, we do. People come here all year round, so it really is a vibrant community. It's a vibrant center where people can really discover the past, right here in Essex County.